Donald Trump did an interview with Maria Bartiromo. This was supposed to be a softball interview, but as Donald Trump slowly realizes people don't like him, he starts to get increasingly desperate and increasingly unhinged, including claiming that everybody wants his federal goons in San Francisco, something that is not true. Take a look.
What do you have to lose?
And you're going to go to San Francisco next.
We're going to go to San Francisco. The difference is I think they want us in San Francisco. San Francisco was truly one of the great cities of the world. And then 15 years ago, it went wrong. It went woke. Remember my statement? Anything woke is,
broke.
And then I used a filthy, well, broke is another word. I used a filthy word, but I didn't.
No.
I took enough heat on that. I won't say it again, but It's true. I mean, nothing changes, right? But we're going to go to San Francisco, and we're going to make it great. We're going to make it great. It'll be great. Again, San Francisco is a great city. It won't be great if it keeps going like this.
So few people like Trump that he has to make people up. And he's making up Californians who are desperate for him to send his troops. And the other one is he's made up now a bunch of times these beautiful black women in Chicago who are just thrilled that Trump's sending his federal goons there. We still don't know if they exist, but it doesn't stop Trump from telling the story.
We want to go in and do what we did in D.C. So we're in Chicago now. We're being met with, by the way, the people love us. The people want us there. I said, beautiful black women wearing MAGA caps all over the city. It's the most incredible thing. I love it. And they're all, you know, there's like MAGA. I think you had them on your program. They're MAGA all over the place. But
Trump has now told that story 6, 7, 10 times. It's not clear if those women exist. If they do exist, it's not clear that they are actually from Chicago. If they are from Chicago, it doesn't even really matter because most Chicagoans, including the mayor, and by the way, also Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, none of them want Trump's goons there. Trump now says he's secured $20 trillion in investments in America. 3 days earlier, it was $18 trillion. Trump, over the weekend, found $2 trillion.
But yeah, $17 trillion. It could be $20 trillion by the end of the first year, my first year.
Investment in America.
Investing in America, $20 trillion. No country's ever done anywhere even near that, like a fraction of that. Biden did less than $1 trillion in 4 years. I did 20 trillion. We're going to do over 17 trillion in 8 months. By the time we end, we could do over $20 trillion. There's never, in China, no matter where you go, there's never been anything like it. We are building up something that's unbelievable. And a big part of that are the tariffs, because they don't want to have to pay the tariffs because it's so unsustainable that they come and build the pharmaceuticals and the chips and all of the things. They're coming into the United States and they're building them. It's a miracle what's happening. We are building the greatest country in the world, economically, greater than we've ever been before.
Now, the entire U.S. GDP is $30 trillion. The idea that Trump has found 5 or 7 or 18 or $20 trillion is laughable. And of course, as I've told you before, what Donald Trump came back from the Middle East with was theoretical commitments over a decade for the right projects from Middle East countries. So I don't remember the exact numbers, but like UAE said, we'd be in for $600 billion over 10 years if you have projects that are suitable for us. That's not, I just brought home trillions of dollars. He keeps telling it. Another thing that he keeps happening to Trump is he seems to forget what year it is. He seems to forget when he was president. And he says that he was briefed by James Comey in 2015. Take a look at this.
Let's go.
I think it went right up to the top. And I think it started with Obama, with Comey going up and giving me a briefing in 2016, 2015, the end of 2015 and 2016. And then I said to him, who knows about this? He said, President Obama, his wife, and Joe Biden. They sat in the Oval Office talking about it. But it went all the way through.
Remember when Biden got a date wrong and right-wing media went crazy for a week? Trump says he got a briefing from James Comey in 2015. He wasn't even the Republican nominee at the time. He was elected in 2016, sworn in 2017. Maybe he started getting some briefings at the end of 2016, but he has no idea when it is once again. Finally, Donald Trump, geographically disoriented, says you could walk from Qatar to Iran.
Well, I don't have to make too much of a case because they're very smart people. And frankly, if Iran stayed strong, like as a military threat, I wouldn't have even asked them. There's nothing, it's right, they're neighbors, right? They're right next to you. You literally would walk into one or the other.
There's a little problem with this. Qatar and Iran are separated by a large body of water. Check the map. Don't take my word for it. I guess what Trump means is you could walk from one to the other by walking through a number of other countries or crossing a large body of water. Maybe you would take a boat, but you would be able to walk around on the boat while it goes from Qatar to Iran. Trump could not find these countries on a map. This is an increasingly desperate, feeble Trump. And I want to say it again. If you are starting to question, you're welcome here. We encourage people to revise their beliefs, change their mind, and say, I was wrong. You're welcome here anytime. Now, we've got a phenomenal bonus show for you today. Donald Trump has commuted the sentence of former Congressman George Santos. We will also talk about Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson upping the ante and calling for a general strike. A technique and tool I have been talking about for a very long time. All of those stories and more on today's bonus show. Get instant access by signing up at joinpakman.com. We'll see you on the bonus show. I'll be back with a brand new show tomorrow.